Hello and welcome to my first podcast. I'm Ruth Chilton, and this is a podcast for Southeastern University on integrating technology into school administration. School administration from every area, from guidance counselors to teachers to principals to the district people, can integrate technology, and they need to bring our students into the 21st century. Starting with guidance counselors, they can help promote cultural awareness. They can use technology to develop guidance programs. They can make school websites that promote partnerships between schools and parents. They can use it to create Word documents and newsletters and spreadsheets and charts so that they can connect with their parents, and they can use email to connect with their parents, their staff, the students, to keep everybody talking. Email saves time when communicating with several people. PowerPoint is a great way to engage audience and organize documents and records. So technology is great for guidance counselors. It is also terrific for teachers to assess student progress with technology. Software applications allow word processing, desktop publishing, databases, spreadsheets, digital photography, art applications, multimedia, web authoring programs. These all have greatly enhanced students' potential for expression. And these computer-based tools tap into students' multiple intelligences and enable those with aptitude in visual learning. Lead teachers can also use web searches for high-quality current material on major events, graphic organizers for concept mapping, student presentations of projects and performances. School-based administrators can even use it to observe teachers and assess their effectiveness. One of the great ways to do that is student surveys. Student surveys allow students to tell it like it is and to tell what they really think with semi-anonymity. School and district administrators use technology to safeguard sensitive data. There are 3 legal obligations that we're going to talk about, which is FERPA, COPPA, and HIPAA. First of all, FERPA is the Family Educational Rights and Privacy Act. It applies to educational agencies and institutions that receive funding under the U.S. Department of Education and prohibits disclosure of information contained in student education records absent consent from parents or students age 18 or older if they are enrolled in any post-secondary educational institution. FERPA requires schools to impose restrictions on vendors who have access to such records. For example, prohibiting vendor data mining of records for advertising purposes. Then there's COPPA, Children's Online Privacy Protection Act, requires parental consent prior to the online collection of personal information from children 13 years of age and younger. In the school setting, this translates to obligations of vendors to fully disclose commercial data collection and use practices, as well as responsibility for schools to convey information about those practices to parents and obtain parental consent. So that's a consent. And then HIPAA, again, is another consent, Health Insurance Portability and Accountability Act, which includes consent for sensitive health information. And those restrictions also are imposed on vendors who have access to student treatment records. So the last slide is going to tell 5 things every student can do to ensure students' privacy and data are secured. First, understand their legal obligations. They do have to keep certain things private. 2, choose your vendors you trust. 3, understand your obligations and your vendors' privacy agreements. 4, understand how your vendor will use your data. And 5, educate faculty, students, and parents on appropriate activity. So now here are the references that I've used. I've used a number of studies that have been shown online and are available. And this has been an interesting study on integrating technology into education and how administrators can put it to use. Thank you very much. Bye.